Will drives a lot.
Will does his math homework a lot.
Will drains three-point shots a lot.
Will writes rap songs without a motive a lot.
You might have already figured it out, but all of these anecdotes have been sarcastic.
Except the last one.
But on a more serious note, he once threw a red Skittle across the upper library, which inadvertently landed in Garrett Small's ear during finals week freshman year.
Before he gives his speech, it has finally come time for me to publicly address a song Will wrote about me. While I may have shark-like features, all I will say is that his Skittle throwing skill far surpasses any rapping skills he has.
To introduce the next speaker of today's assembly, Will.
I have dreaded this day for the past 4 years of my life. I'm unbelievably nervous. I can't even begin to explain to you guys. What makes me so nervous is my tendency to overthink. I have a tendency to go into this panic mode and become extremely self-conscious about pretty mundane things. First found this out in 5th grade. It was my big day. Today was the day I went downstairs to the cafeteria to bring up the milk and orange juice to the whole class for snack. Where this gets interesting is my snack retrieving partner was a girl I may or may not have had a crush on at the time. Side note, I'm over her at this point. It's a while ago. I've moved on. We walked down the hallway, down the stairs, and into the cafeteria. As if God was shining his light down, I see the orange juice cartons glowing under the fluorescent cafeteria lights. This was it. This was my time to shine. We approached the snacks for the day, strawberry fruit snacks. I'll never forget those strawberry fruit snacks. She reaches for the orange juice, but wanting to impress her with the brute strength of my 60-pound 5th grader self, I stopped her. Don't worry, I got it. I said to her in a smoldering, semi-confident tone, boom, I killed it, I thought to myself. For a moment, I think things are looking up, but that would not be the case. I grab the tray, she grabs the fruit snacks, and we start to head back. The nervousness starts to build up again. Oh no. At the end of the hallway, I see it, the stairs. This was make it or break it. If I successfully make it up these 10 stairs, it was smooth sailing from there. Mission complete. As we approach, the thought of tripping pops into my head. Oh no, not good. Don't trip. I really hope you don't trip. Please don't trip on these stairs, I think to myself. Now I don't often trip upstairs. I'm usually pretty good at that. But as soon as I consciously tell myself to not trip, my chances of tripping skyrocket. I get this feeling in my stomach as I picture myself tumble down the stairs. Oh no. Oh God, no. I take my first step, success. I take my second step, success. I make it 9 steps up, so far, so good. I take my last step, and for just a brief moment, everything goes slow motion. I catch the edge of my shoe on the stair. I brace myself. This ship's going down. I absolutely eat it. Orange juices and a variety of milks go flying. For a split second, in all the chaos, the 2% parted ways with the whole milks in the air, and our eyes met as I made my slow descent to the cold, hard stairs. I remember the look in her eyes as I went down, a look of pity and disappointment. We were both rooting for me. I was so close. But I blew it. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, but being so self-conscious, I have a real-life problem with letting these types of things get to me. I can't help but think about my most embarrassing moments when I lay down in bed. It could be a perfectly good day. I'll get all tucked into my bed with my favorite jammies, and as soon as I flip my lights off, boom, my brain will hit me with a, hey, remember that time you called Miss McGilligan Mom? That was stupid. But 5th grade is not where my story ends. No. One of my many discoveries about myself is whenever I intentionally try to impress someone or seem cool to someone, 100% of the time I will not seem cool to them. It's 8th grade. I once again find myself walking alongside a girl that I once again may or may not have a crush on. So far my record with these situations is 0-1, so we're looking to pull off an upset. We were having a conversation and walking to the tavern entrance at the end of the day. Honestly, I was doing pretty well so far. I was managing to put together sentences by myself without a voice crack. My palms were only a little bit sweaty, and I hadn't tripped yet. And in my book, that's a win. But I wanted more. I thought, this is my chance to hit her with something cool as I leave. Hit her with a smooth one-liner as I leave. I see my mom's car in the drop-off lane. This was it. This was my big moment. This was going to be my redemption story. She says, "Isn't that your mom's car?" "Oh yeah," I reply. So far, so good. "Okay, well, I'll see you later, Will." And what I said in response has haunted me for years. The nerves had been building up, and consciously telling myself to be cool was not a good recipe for actually being cool. Being cool comes naturally, as I soon found out. My response to "I'll see you later"? Well, it went something along the lines of, "Flip you on the catch side, bye." Oof. For a brief moment, everything goes slow motion. My face becomes red as I open the glass doors to leave. For a split second, we make eye contact in the reflection of the window. The look in her eyes read only one simple word: bummer. Now, what makes this situation infinitely worse is that it was not my mom's car. It was a whole different mom in the driver's seat. So now I'm outside thinking about what in God's name I just said to this poor girl while standing in the pouring rain like a psychopath while I waited for my mom to pull up. So I did what anyone else would. I crouched behind a hedge out of sight of the windows so she couldn't see me, despite the fact that she almost 100% watched me panic and run to hide in the shrubbery. Fast forward to now, not a lot has changed. I always wish I could be one of those kids that doesn't get nervous or says and does anything they want without getting embarrassed. The type of people that don't care what other people think. And yeah, that sounds great, but that's rare. That's something I've come to understand about myself. I used to think I was the only one that felt this way. In reality, everyone cares what other people think of them to some degree. It's human nature. One thing I've learned is that no one really cares that much about you. Those embarrassing moments that you think about when you fall asleep, the people on the other side of it have most likely forgotten it by now. All you have to do is forgive yourself, laugh at yourself and see how you've grown from it, and think rationally about the situations, no matter how irrational your mind wants to get. Miss McGilligan probably gets called mom by middle schoolers 4 times a week. She's used to it by now. At the time when I said it, it meant everything to me. But what I failed to realize is that she had forgotten it within the next 10 minutes, I hope. And yeah, maybe I still have nightmares about it, but now, reflecting back on those moments, if I hadn't gone through those experiences, no matter how traumatizing I thought they were at the time, I wouldn't have been able to learn and grow from my embarrassment and self-consciousness. I wouldn't even be near the same person I am today. So for those in the crowd that can relate to what I've rambled on about today, who cares what they think? They probably already forgot anyway. Thank you.